This is an NBC News special report.
And good morning. Welcome to this NBC News special report. You're looking live at the White House Rose Garden, where President Bush will be making a statement in just about a minute from now on the death of Iraqi al-Qaeda leader Abu Musab al-Zarqawi. I'm Matt Lauer in New York along with Ann Curry. It's a major victory for the Bush administration. Big news for U.S. forces in Iraq. Al-Zarqawi was killed in a U.S. airstrike Wednesday north of Baghdad, just outside the town of Baquba.
Iraq's new prime minister says the terror leader was killed along with 7 aides. This, as Matt just mentioned, is welcome news for the Bush administration, which has suffered in the polls due to the war.
Let's turn now to NBC's chief White House correspondent, David Gregory. David, what kind of tone do you expect to hear from the president this morning?
Cautious. I think he will underscore the importance of the killing of Zarqawi to the overall campaign in Iraq. But this will not be an end of the violence. The president knows that. He needs the country to know that. But this will, he believes, breathe new life into this new unity government led by Nouri al-Maliki in Iraq. He will talk about the fact that would have been another big headline today, that Maliki filled some key security posts within his cabinet. And so there's 2 reasons for new optimism in this new government. The president finding out the news, Matt, last night, getting final confirmation just before he went to bed and wasting no time this morning. Here now the president approaching the lectern in the Rose Garden.
Good morning. Last night in Iraq, United States military forces killed the terrorists al-Zarqawi. 6:15 Baghdad time, Special Operation Forces, acting on tips and intelligence from Iraqis, confirmed Zarqawi's location and delivered justice to the most wanted terrorist in Iraq. Zarqawi was the operational commander of the terrorist movement in Iraq. He led a campaign of car bombings, assassinations, and suicide attacks that has taken the lives of many American forces and thousands of innocent Iraqis. Osama bin Laden called this Jordanian terrorist the Prince of al-Qaeda in Iraq. He called on the terrorists around the world to listen to him and obey him. Zarqawi personally beheaded American hostages and other civilians in Iraq. He masterminded the destruction of the United Nations headquarters in Baghdad. He was responsible for the assassination of an American diplomat in Jordan and the bombing of a hotel in Amman. Through his every action, he sought to defeat America and our coalition partners and turn Iraq into a safe haven from which al-Qaeda could wage its war on free nations. To achieve these ends, he worked to divide Iraqis and incite civil war. And only last week, he released an audio tape attacking Iraq's elected leaders and denouncing those advocating the end of sectarianism. Now Zarqawi has met his end, and this violent man will never murder again. Iraqis can be justly proud of their new government and its early steps to improve their security. And Americans can be enormously proud of the men and women of our armed forces who worked tirelessly with their Iraqi counterparts to track down this brutal terrorist and to put him out of business. The operation against Zarqawi was conducted with courage and professionalism by the finest military in the world. Coalition and Iraqi forces persevered through years of near misses and false leads. And they never gave up. Last night, their persistence and determination were rewarded. On behalf of all Americans, I congratulate our troops on this remarkable achievement. Zarqawi is dead, but the difficult and necessary mission in Iraq continues. We can expect the terrorists and insurgents to carry on without him. We can expect the sectarian violence to continue. Yet the ideology of terror has lost one of its most visible and aggressive leaders. Zarqawi's death is a severe blow to al-Qaeda. It's a victory in the global war on terror. And it is an opportunity for Iraq's new government to turn the tide of this struggle. A few minutes ago, I spoke to Prime Minister Maliki. I congratulated him on close collaboration between coalition and Iraqi forces that helped make this day possible. Iraq's freely elected Prime Minister is determined to defeat our common enemies and bring security and the rule of law to all his people. Earlier this morning, he announced the completion of his cabinet appointments with the naming of a new Minister of Defense, a new Minister of the Interior, and a new Minister of State for National Security. These new ministers are part of a democratic government that represents all Iraqis. They will play a vital role as the Iraqi government addresses its top priorities: reconciliation and reconstruction, and putting an end to the kidnappings and beheadings and suicide bombings that plague the Iraqi people. I assured Prime Minister Maliki that he will have the full support of the United States of America. On Monday, I will meet with my national security team and other key members of my cabinet at Camp David to discuss the way forward in Iraq. Our top diplomats and military commanders in Iraq will give me an assessment of recent changes in the political and economic and security situation on the ground. On Tuesday, Iraq's new ambassador to the United States will join us, and we will have a teleconference discussion with the Prime Minister and members of his cabinet. Together, we will discuss how to best deploy America's resources in Iraq and achieve our shared goal of an Iraq that can govern itself, defend itself, and sustain itself. We have tough days ahead of us in Iraq that will require the continued patience of the American people. Yet the developments of the last 24 hours give us renewed confidence in the final outcome of this struggle: the defeat of terrorism threats and a more peaceful world for our children and grandchildren. May God bless the Iraqi people, and may God continue to bless America.
President Bush speaking in the Rose Garden at the White House this morning, clearly elated at the news that al-Zarqawi has been killed in a U.S. airstrike, but also careful with his tone, saying it's a major turning point in defeating the insurgency in Iraq, but also a major blow to al-Qaeda worldwide. But he also said something, and I want to ask Jim Mikoszewski at the Pentagon about this, that's a little bit at odds with some of the reporting we've been hearing from you this morning, Mick. He said that U.S. Special Forces confirmed al-Zarqawi's location and then delivered justice. And from what you're hearing from your sources at the Pentagon, that may not exactly be the way it happened.
That's right, Matt. Military officials tell us that U.S. Special Operations Forces were actually tracking and were hot on the trail of Sheikh Rahman, who was al-Zarqawi's spiritual advisor. They tracked him to this safe house north of Baquba, and through a combination of intelligence and surveillance, figured out that there was a high-level meeting of al-Qaeda taking place, and that it was likely that Zarqawi was there, but it was not clear, according to the officials we talked to, that Zarqawi was actually there, but they took no chances, ordered these airstrikes from U.S. military aircraft. 2 500-pound GPS bombs were dropped on the location, and we're told that even when they recovered the bodies, they still weren't sure and went through an arduous identification process to make sure it was Zarqawi. You know, the president also said that this day was made possible by collaboration between U.S. and Iraqi forces. You can trust me on this one. This was a U.S. military operation solo. In fact, this Special Operations Force, this Task Force 145, that has been in pursuit of Zarqawi, would often not share their information with other U.S. military organizations. It was that sensitive.
All right, Jim Mikoszewski at the Pentagon for us this morning. Tim Russert is NBC's Washington bureau chief and, of course, moderator of Meet the Press. Tim, good morning to you. And, boy, the timing couldn't be better for the president.
Very, very needed, Matt. The big word I think the president used today, Matt, patience. He realized that the American people were losing patience with the war in Iraq, and there was a lot of concern as to the patience of the Iraqi people and their inability of the new government to get organized. Now, will this change things overnight? Probably not. But psychologically, emotionally, The president hopes he has bought some time. He is very, very interested, obviously, in getting U.S. troops reduced by the midterm elections. But one White House advisor said to me, Matt, remember 2.5 years ago when Saddam Hussein was captured? We all celebrated. It was a joyous day, but it didn't significantly change things on the ground. So they're cautiously optimistic. They think they're going to buy some time, both strategically and politically.
Yeah, but the criticism over these last several years, Tim, that you just alluded to, I mean, first people saying, why can't you catch bin Laden? Why can't you catch al-Zarqawi? Some people saying you still haven't caught everyone, the remnants of the Taliban in Afghanistan. Clearly, they're able to trumpet this, but as you heard from the tone of the president, remember in his news conference recently, he said, hey, I made a mistake in some of my cocky attitude and words I used in the past. Clearly, he wasn't about to make that mistake again.
Absolutely. You could see caution running throughout his comments. Matt, we hear these words of turning point, tipping point. That's what people are hopeful this morning in the administration, that this is an indication that the Iraqi people, who, frankly, some of them were enabling the insurrection, are now willing to cast their lot with the new government. But foreign fighters are not the only threat that confront Iraq. There is this sectarian violence between the Sunnis and the Shiites, and that is separate above the killing of Zarqawi we're witnessing today.
And Tim, in the last couple of days, we've been hearing a lot of talk from the White House on subjects like gay marriage. We've heard the Senate take up flag burning, clearly an attempt to bring the base back. Now that they have this major accomplishment under their belt, the death of al-Zarqawi, might they be talking about, and by the way, the new government positions being filled, might they be talking more about Iraq in the coming days and weeks?
Absolutely. The president's announcement that he's bringing his war cabinet together at Camp David and then meeting via teleconference with the Iraqi war cabinet. There'll be a new emphasis on Iraq. But, Matt, again, that can be very dangerous because this is very, very good news today. But as we have learned over the last 3 years, things can turn dramatically worse in Iraq within a moment's notice.
All right, Tim Russert coming in for us from the West Coast this morning. Tim, thank you very much. And this does it for this NBC News special report, the death of terror leader Abu Musab al-Zarqawi. Some of you will stay with us here on Today. Others will return to your regular programming. I'm Matt Lauer along with Ann Curry. This has been an NBC News special report. And welcome back to Today, everyone. We have much more to come this morning, but first, a quick commercial break.
There are so many aches and pains that keep you from getting a full night's sleep. But starting tonight, there's a new PM that has them covered. Introducing new Advil PM, the first and only PM with Advil. Now get multi-pain relieving power plus a non-habit-forming sleep aid to gently ease you to sleep. Nothing's proven better on tough nighttime pain. When aches and pains keep you up, there's new Advil PM. Stop hurting and start sleeping.
Tried all sorts of cover-ups for bad breath? Try the science of BreatherX. Only BreatherX has Zytex. It attacks the cause of bad breath, keeps working for hours. It's clinically proven for real fresh breath.
Get non-prescription BreatherX from your dental hygienist and now at these fine stores.
Tomorrow, buckle up for the event Time Magazine calls the first great movie of the summer. Rolling Stone raves. It's downright breathtaking.
There's a lot of love out there.
Take a car wash, hippie. It's 2 thumbs up for Disney Pixar's Cars, rated G. Tomorrow.
Attention diet drinkers.
This is wheatgrass. It's healthy, but it
tastes like grass.
This is diet soda. Tastes pretty good, but this is new Diet Ocean Spray. It's good for you, tastes great with real fruit juice and only 5 little calories.
So it's better for you than diet soda and way better tasting than your lawn, which you shouldn't eat.
Try Diet Ocean Spray. Real fruit flavor, 5 little calories.
Forget fine lines. It's deep wrinkles that make us look older. Neutrogena Anti-Wrinkle Intensive Serum delivers 4 times the retinol to help fill in the look of even the deepest wrinkles. Don't let deep wrinkles tell your age. Anti-Wrinkle Intensive Serum. Neutrogena.
I love my new refrigerator.
Because it looks like wood and has a side burner for the all-important beans.
Whatever you want, get it now with no payments, no interest for 12 months store-wide with your Home Depot consumer credit card. Only at the Home Depot.
I went in for dog treats. and discovered a way to reward myself.
Hey, I'm feeling fine now. Hey, the sun is shining.
You feeling better?
I'm getting there. But I do feel good that we have Aflac.
Glad I asked about it at work.
I'm glad it's helping pay the bills.
Electric bill, house payments, even Michelle's education. Helps with just about any bills our health insurance doesn't cover.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Recently, it seemed as though men were an endangered species in some of the ads we've been seeing on television. But now, as NBC's chief financial correspondent Ann Thompson will explain, it's trendy to have some testosterone.
Why wait for your nails to dry? After years of chasing women ages 18 to 49.
Does the whole world have to know you're having a hot flash?
Channel surf and you'll see advertisers have rediscovered men, thumbing their nose at political correctness to sell body wash.
Time to be a man again, and it starts in the shower.
Beer.
Man law.
Man law.
And burgers.
Oh, yes, I'm a guy. I'll admit I've been fed quiche.
I think it absolutely means they've rediscovered men with a sense of humor to it, with a sense of bite. Now it's kind of like it's okay to be a man, it's okay to celebrate being a man.
Burger King is hamming it up to sell its Texas Double Whopper.
I am man, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Turning the 70s hit I Am Woman into a manthem for today.
'Cause my stomach's starting to growl.
We really meant only to be humorous and to have fun with the idea, and certainly not to make judgments or to assert any sort of political view toward it.
Baby, I'm so bored. And while a few may be offended, Tracy Chapman, who specializes in marketing to women, says the humor keeps the ads from crossing a line.
As long as people remember that we're laughing with them versus laughing at them, I think then that's acceptable.
The testosterone-fueled campaign is working. Burger King says it sold more than 5 million of the man-sized sandwiches last month and bulked up overall Whopper sales. Yeah! The hungry carnivore roused from its den. Once thought near extinction, now the darling of Madison Avenue. For today, Ann Thompson, NBC News, New York.
From a story about testosterone to a man who's got a lot of it, with a check of today's weather, Willard in for Al this morning.
Today's weather is brought to you by new Advil PM. Stop hurting and start sleeping.
The good old days, sing along with Mitch. That was my group, and Metrical. Anyway, hey, you know, Chicago, big blues festival this weekend. Temperature going to be a little bit cooler than they've been. Chicago's had some incredible weather. Rain all over the northern plains states, the northern Rockies, rain throughout the Northeast. It will be subsiding as the day wears on. We're hoping for the best. Look out today, severe thunderstorms possible from the mid-Atlantic down to the Carolinas. Now, here's what's happening in your world, even as we speak. And we have beautiful downtown Chicago is going to be 82 today, but cooler air from the lakes will begin to blow into Chicago and change that. It'll be in the 60s tomorrow.
I'm happy to hear
I thought you'd like that. Kansas City, where everything's up to date, 90 degrees. KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. Have you ever used that on your grill?
Never have.
Oh, the best. Anyway, partly cloudy in Kansas City. Minneapolis, that's in Minnesota, you know.
Yep.
Going to be 79. That's it. That's it. Now here's Matt.
All right, Willard, thank you very much. Still ahead, oh baby, exclusive photographs of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's new bundle of joy. But first, these messages.
If you ran a drug company, what would you change?
I would try to prevent disease, not just treat it.
I would go after the really tough diseases.
I'd make it so folks wouldn't have to choose between their groceries and their medicine.
At Merck, we believe in the same things you do. Because 50 years ago, George Merck told us to put patients first by creating novel medicines and vaccines and getting them to the people who need them.
I would try to see everything through the eyes of a patient.
Merck, where patients come first.
We are living 2 years apart.
Keanu Reeves. She's more real to me than anything I've ever known. Sandra Bullock.
One man I can never meet. Him, I would like to give my whole heart to.
The Lake House. Rated PG.
Introducing Propel Fitness Water with calcium to help bones stay healthy and bodies in motion stay in motion. Propel with calcium. It's how Gatorade does water.
When is blueberry mysterious? Or apple cuddly? When is cherry perky? When they're among the many flavors of Smuckers, the finest fruit picked at the peak of perfection. A bounty of flavors for the many moods of you. So what are you in the mood for? For over 100 years, with a name like Smuckers, it has to be good.
Do you have any Three Musketeers bars?
Three Musketeers. You won't believe how light and fluffy it is. With 45% less fat, feel free to reach for one.
Three Musketeers?
Three Musketeers, a lighter way to enjoy chocolate.
Up in the closet, need new shirts. This one is all stained with dirt. Oh, 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 I need clothes. Oh, 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 buy me clothes. Up in the closet, quick, quick, quick. Some new polo should do the trick.
It's the season for dads at Sears.
Want bigger, more beautiful potted plants? Miracle Grow makes it easy with new moisture control potting mix. Watch. The soil is so amazing, it actually stores water, only releasing it when plants need it, taking the guesswork out of watering. Plus, there's Miracle Grow plant food mixed right in that feeds for 3 months. So plants grow twice as big. Easy and amazing. Want it big? Want it beautiful? Make it Miracle Grow.
Denture wearers, we stained a string of pearls in barbecue sauce, not just to prove the stain-removing strength of Efferdent Plus or the freshening power of its Listerine ingredients, but to give every denture wearer the confidence to show those pearly whites. The confident clean of Efferdent Plus.
Want the secret to healthy skin? It's just below the surface. Introducing the newest Lubriderm Skin Nourishing Lotion with natural sea kelp extract. It helps dry skin absorb and retain moisture, so it's naturally healthy. New Lubriderm Skin Nourishing Lotion with sea kelp extract.
Still ahead, it's been such a serious morning. It's going to be fun to turn to babies galore. We've got Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's exclusive nude baby pictures. Apparently, they went for a lot of money.
Bidding war, and apparently People magazine won estimates of about $4 million.
To go to a charity, we think.
Larry Hackett's looking to be going. We'll find out. Also, an exclusive interview with the parents of little girls born joined at the midsection. Now they're living separate lives. After your local news.
Wireless data network for your small business, $0. The latest color printers for your small business, $0. 5 Trio smartphones for your small business, $0. Feeling like you can take on the world? Priceless. Use your MasterCard business card for a chance to win a technology upgrade put together by an IT expert.
It's Walt Disney at his finest. A tale of friendship and believing in yourself.
You're flying!
No childhood is complete without Dumbo, the new Big Top edition, on Disney DVD today.
Still, how does new Tidy Cats litter work?
Well, each granule is formulated to absorb quickly and lock in odor better than ever.
So can I invite some friends?
Yes.
New Tidy Cats. Multiple strengths for multiple cats.
All of us have internal plumbing. But for some of us with frequent bladder urges, doing errands also means knowing where all the bathrooms are along the way. The worry your pipes might leak means you don't always detour from your route. But you can take another direction. Talk to your doctor about how to take care with Vesicare. Vesicare, once a day, can reduce urges and may help effectively manage bladder leakage, day and night. If you have certain types of stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems, do not take Vesicare. While taking Vesicare, if you experience a serious allergic reaction, severe abdominal pain, or become constipated for 3 or more days, tell your doctor right away. Common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, blurred vision, and indigestion. A chance to follow a whim, not always your urges. It's not just a pipe dream. Ask your doctor today if Vesicare is right for you.
We asked people why they use Colace capsules.
My doctor recommended it.
My doctor told me.
My son told me.
Your son?
Yes, my son, the doctor.
Stimulant-free Colace capsules, the #1 stool softener brand recommended by doctors.
Coppertone Continuous Spray. The no mess, no rub sunscreen. Nothing's easier, nothing's faster. Finally, sunscreen that's in sync with your life. Try Coppertone Continuous Spray, the only way to spray.
Ink cartridge is kicked.
Oh, you try shaking it?
Yeah, tried everything. Guess it's up to the ink fairy now.
The ink fairy?
Yeah, you leave an empty ink cartridge under your pillow at night, the ink fairy comes and leaves you $3.
Or you could just use the easy button.
Yeah, easy button. Like that's real.
Get $3 off your total in-store or online purchase with every empty cartridge. Staples, that was easy.
Patti LaBelle has diabetes.
I found a better attitude when it comes to eating.
New One Touch Ultra 2 with before and after meal averages can help you see how food affects your blood sugar.
One touch changes everything, yeah. Tonight, the family of the slain Marine at Haditha tells Chris what they think may have led to the alleged massacre. Hardball with Chris Matthews, MSNBC tonight.
This is Today, watched by more viewers than any other morning news program.
Hi, thank you. Now don't let it out in the house.
Dazzling and dangerous venomous creatures, now at the Aquarium of the Pacific. You can keep them at your house, but we strongly recommend you see them at ours.
I'm going to Brian's!
Not until you feed the spiny devilfish, young man.
Traffic on the 101's backed up as usual, and it might be an hour or so.
Break away from your everyday.
Luck be a lady.
And escape to Pachanga, Southern California's prime entertainment destination. From the ultra-modern nightclubs Silk to headliner concerts, plus all your favorite games. Lady Luck has never been so close.
Here you go. Sir, your drink.
Pachanga Resort and Casino, close to you, far from your everyday.
It is Thursday, June 8th, and you're looking live from our camera there in Long Beach. Good morning, everyone. It is turning 5 a.m.
And here are some of the stories we're following today in L.A. One of the world's most wanted terrorists is killed in a U.S. airstrike, the latest on the death of Abu Musab al-Zarqawi.
And good morning, I'm Robert Kovacic in Studio City. People here in Los Angeles just waking up to the news of al-Zarqawi's death. Will the killing of an al-Qaeda operative make them feel any safer here at home?
And a small plane officials say was heading to Southern California crashes into a home and bursts into flame.
Good morning to you. We're starting out with some clouds, fog, drizzle around LAX, light rain in Hawthorne. It's that marine layer, very deep. More in a moment.
A lot of drizzle out there on some of the freeways coming up from Orange County. Now, on the 60, coming right out of the East LA interchange, have an accident. We'll have your live drive 4D traffic coming up in a few minutes.
The race for California governor is in full swing just 36 hours after the primary election. We'll have details on the campaigning and who is throwing support behind the candidates.
Plus, a spectacular sight in Indonesia as a volcano spews a massive cloud of smoke and sparks panic amongst villagers.
And looking live from downtown Los Angeles, Today in LA starts right now.
Live from NBC4. This is Today in LA.
And a good morning to you. It's Thursday, June 8th. I'm Jennifer Bjorklund.
And I'm Chris Schabel.
Our top story at 5 a.m. The man most wanted in Iraq is dead. U.S. troops killed Abu Musab al-Zarqawi in an overnight raid north of Baghdad. Al-Zarqawi was considered the leader of al-Qaeda in Iraq and the mastermind behind a series of attacks on Americans. Today in LA's Brooke Hart has the latest.
U.S. military officials say it was a bombing raid on a house outside Baghdad last night that killed Iraq's al-Qaeda leader Abu Musab al-Zarqawi. Iraq's prime minister confirmed the news to cheers. And the U.S. ambassador to Iraq commented on its impact.
Zarqawi's death will not by itself end the violence in Iraq. But it is an important step in the right direction.
Al-Zarqawi's death is a significant blow to al-Qaeda and another step toward defeating terrorism in Iraq.
Military officials credited U.S. Special Operations Forces for the strike. A special task force had targeted Zarqawi for some time. Zarqawi was the most wanted man in Iraq. His presence there, even before the war, fueled the Bush administration's allegations that Saddam Hussein had al-Qaeda ties. And no single figure